Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we've got something, well, it's a little out there. We're about to smash together two worlds you'd probably never expect to see in the same sentence: hip-hop and high fantasy. So let's just dive right in, shall we? I want you to completely forget the Hogwarts you think you know. Because in this world, the Chosen One, he doesn't have a wand. Nope, he's got a microphone. We're literally taking one of the biggest cultural icons of our time and just dropping him right into the middle of a magical universe. Okay, so you're probably thinking, how in the world does this even work? Well, stick with me. We're going to break down this whole reimagined story piece by piece from the very beginning right up to the massive epic showdown. All right, first up, the origin story. I mean, every hero's journey has to start somewhere, right? For Harry, it was that lightning bolt scar from surviving the killing curse. But for our hero, the story kicks off not with some dark magic, but with a near fatal car crash. So yeah, in this universe, he's not the boy who lived. He's the boy who survived the industry. And that car accident, that's the magical event. That's what marks him as the Chosen One and basically kickstarts his entire legendary career. It's the moment everything changes. Okay, so we have our hero. But, a hero is only as good as his friends and his enemies. So who's going to fill the shoes of giants like Dumbledore and, he who must not be named in this world? And what's wild is how perfectly this all lines up. You've got Jay-Z as the wise, powerful Dumbledore figure, that mentor who was there right at the beginning. But Voldemort, now this is interesting. Voldemort isn't just one guy. He's this massive, faceless force, the haters, the industry machine, all of it. Basically, anything and anyone trying to control his vision. All right, now for the question we all have to ask. The big one. You put the sorting hat on his head, where does he go? And let me tell you, the answer is, well, it's not so simple. And this is what really gets to the core of his personality, right? On one hand, you have that bold, ego-driven courage. That's pure Gryffindor, no question. But then you've got that relentless ambition, that drive to build an empire from scratch. That is 100% Slytherin. He's this fascinating hero who walks that tightrope right between the two. Okay, so we've got our cast. We know where he'd live in Hogwarts. But what about the magical gear? In this universe, the classic wizarding artifacts get a major modern remix. First off, forget the Holly and Phoenix Feather Wand. He's not channeling his power through a piece of wood. His magic, his real power, comes from his microphone. That's the instrument he uses to focus his will and just unleash his influence on the entire world. And the Marauder's map? The one that shows all the secret passages and where everyone is? Well, that's easy. It's his social media feed. Think about it. It's this constantly updating scroll that reveals his every single thought, where he is at any given moment, and yeah, it often spills the tea on some industry secrets. Mischief, definitely managed. Okay, but this next one, this might be the most brilliant part of the whole mashup. Remember Voldemort's Horcruxes? Those hidden pieces of his soul that made him immortal? Well, in this story, Kanye's Horcruxes are his albums. Each and every one contains a literal piece of his soul, his ego, his artistic lifeblood. It's how he achieves cultural immortality. So, we've got the hero, the cast, the magical items. How does the actual story unfold? Well, this is where it gets crazy, because the biggest moments from the Harry Potter books line up perfectly with some of the most iconic and, let's be honest, infamous moments from his real-life career. I mean, check this out. The Goblet of Fire, this high-stakes dramatic competition, that becomes the VMAs, where he famously interrupts the whole ceremony, his very own Triwizard Tournament moment. And Dumbledore's army, that secret group fighting the establishment, he forms Donda's army to do the exact same thing against the music industry. And the search for the Deathly Hallows, that's not about wands or stones. It's the epic quest to create one single, absolutely perfect album. So everything, all of this, it's all building towards that final epic confrontation. But here's the thing. In a world where creativity is magic, the final battle isn't going to be fought with spells. Victory is going to look a whole lot different. So that's the big question, isn't it? How does a creative wizard, a musical sorcerer, defeat a villain as huge as the haters? It's not about being more powerful. It's about the art. Yeah, this isn't going to end with a big clash of wands. There's no Expelliarmus, no Avada Kedavra that's going to win this fight. No, he turns to the one weapon that has defined his entire journey, the source of all his power. he wins with a beat. And that's the ultimate power move. He doesn't destroy his enemy, he just makes them irrelevant by transforming the entire world around them. The climax of this story is him dropping the ultimate artistic statement, an album so powerful, so absolutely game-changing, that it just reshapes the entire cultural landscape forever. The old rules, the old gatekeepers, they just don't matter anymore. So, what are we left with? It really makes you think, doesn't it? Why do we love these kinds of mashups so much? What does it say about us that we take these really complex modern celebrities and fit them into these ancient mythical stories? Maybe it just shows that we're still looking for those epic tales of heroes and villains, even in our own world, right now.